So what is going on, guys? I am Black Ops Amazing. Welcome back to another video where today I want to talk about Call of Duty 2020 and what exactly this means for zombies. We have Tranzit, Die Rise, Buried, the Victus crew maps possibly coming to the game. But just before I go on to talk about zombies this year, which was the original intention for this video, just a second as I've gone to record, some brand new information is just released. I can't show you this image on screen as it's copyrighted, so as I'm sure you've seen on Twitter or YouTube, when you show images of leaks, when they are true they tend to get taken down. So for that reason I'm not going to show you, but you can find it in other places. But pretty much what it is this year's code name for Call of Duty is the Red Door. I guess that's kind of like its alpha name, not what it's going to be called. But on the PS4 site, in the PS4 database, they've uploaded a set of files for that name. The total size for this is 71 gigabytes. And somehow within all of this data, I'm not a leaker so I don't know how this works, but the name Call of Duty Black Ops can be found. If you've been staying up to date, there's been plenty of leaks over the past, I would say, few weeks saying that this year's Call of Duty is going to be called COD Black Ops Cold War, but this leaked image that you can find in the alpha build says Call of Duty Black Ops, not Black Ops Cold War, which suggests that maybe it's not called Black Ops Cold War and just Black Ops. I suppose the name doesn't really make too much of a difference. We know that it's going to be a soft reboot of the original Black Ops, taking place in both the Cold War and the Vietnam era. As part of this COD Black Ops image, if you zoom in the background, you can see loads of different random words and pictures of countries, but we have a date which says 1976. So that could be letting us know one of the dates that this year's COD will be taking place in. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. Originally, leaks were telling us that it's going to be called Call of Duty Vietnam, then it came out that it was going to be called Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and now it's come out that it's just going to be called Call of Duty Black Ops. We do have the PS5 reveal in 2 days from now on June the 11th. That is a Thursday. That is a prime date that Call of Duties are revealed on, and we know that COD at the moment have a relationship with PlayStation, so I would expect in 2 days for the PS4 reveal we might also be seeing the reveal of COD 2020. Anyway, so since that's new information, I just wanted to get that out of the way. Now, going into the main topic of this video, I wanted to talk about zombies because we know a little bit about the campaign taking place during the Cold War and Vietnam. We know that it's a soft reboot of the original Black Ops series, meaning it's pretty much like the Modern Warfare reboot, where we have old characters returning, a similar storyline, but events are going to be different. We know it's developed by Treyarch, with Sledgehammer assisting, and since Treyarch games have zombies, we can assume that this year's COD has zombies as well. And talking on that subject, it's important because this year's Call of Duty was supposed to be Sledgehammer's. About halfway through its 3-year development cycle, maybe 2 years into it, Treyarch came in, they became the main developers, and Sledgehammer were put on the side, but originally it was Sledgehammer's game, so surely in those first 2 years, Sledgehammer would have had to have been making zombies for this year's COD as well, because that only leaves a year for Treyarch to develop zombies. It's going to be really weird and interesting to see up on the release how it's going to affect this mode. I think if Sledgehammer were originally doing their own zombies in the first place, then it won't be too bad, but if they weren't doing zombies and it only became a thing when Treyarch got involved a year ago, it's going to be interesting to see how 1 year's development on this mode affects it. We do know back in the old days when it was only a 2-year development cycle, you could say, well, they had a shorter time back then and zombies was better than it is now. So having a longer time to make zombies doesn't exactly mean it's going to be better, but it does mean it's more polished. So that's one thing I am interested to find out about, whether it was originally intended to be in the game 3 years ago or only became a thing 1 year ago. But now actually getting into the main topic of this video, which is about Tranzit, Die Rise and Buried. 3 maps which are already finished, were supposed to be in Black Ops 4 as part of a DLC, kind of like Zombies Chronicles. This was supposed to be Zombies Chronicles 2 in a way, but maps that are for the Victus characters. However, we never saw it. The Victus Chronicles maps never released for Black Ops 4, even though they were finished about a year ago. For me, this is a kind of similar situation to the Modern Warfare 2 remake or Call of Duty 4 remake. We know Modern Warfare 2 Remastered was also finished a year or 2 ago, however only released a couple of months ago. The Call of Duty 4 remaster was also finished a long time before it released. It's the same for these 3 maps. Tranzit, Die Rise and Buried were finished a very long time ago, but they still haven't released. Why is a little bit of a mystery. There could be a few different reasons. One, Black Ops 4 didn't go the way they wanted. We know it wasn't exactly the most successful COD game for zombies. They changed too much to the point where the community complained quite a lot. Zombies didn't have the interest of the players that it had back in Black Ops 3, so that could be one reason why they haven't released these remakes of Transit, Die, Rise and Buried, because they know it won't get as many sales. Another reason could be they just haven't found the perfect time yet. We know now probably isn't the best time because Warzone is doing really well, so to introduce maps into an old COD when people are investing in the new Call of Duty, again, might not make the most sense. That reminds me of the Infinite Warfare situation where once they released the trailer, it got an awful lot of hate, and so as a bonus for the Hardened Edition or the Prestige Edition, I can't exactly remember, but to give people more incentive to buy it, they included COD 4 Remastered. Maybe they'll wait to see what the reception is for COD 2020, and if it doesn't get a good one, could we be seeing Transit, Die, Rise and Buried as a DLC bonus, an incentive to buy it? Maybe. Or similar to what I've just said, Activision told them not to release them for BO4, and they're going to be coming to COD 2020. According to the Gaming Revolution, who is a credible leaker, he has said that the Transit remake could be an on-disc map for COD 2020. Die, Rise and Buried could also be coming to that game as well, and that also means that we'll see these remakes on the PS5 and the Xbox Series X instead of the current generation because, of course, this year's COD will be releasing on the new consoles. That I'm kind of excited about. That should mean an upgrade in graphics and these maps will look even better than they currently do. But yeah, Zombies Chronicles 2, the Victus maps, whatever you want to call them, these three maps, Die, Rise, Buried and Transit, have been finished for a long time and we're just waiting for them to release. They could release any day now on Black Ops 4, but it makes the most sense to me that they'll be coming to COD 2020. They're definitely not going to go to waste, so if they're not for Black Ops 4, then they're 100% for this year. Remember, in BO4 for both Blackout and multiplayer, there are already assets in the game for these Victus map remakes. We can find the transit bus in one of the multiplayer maps, the diner is in Blackout, Buried is already in Blackout, along with other things, so a lot of assets that will be used in Transit, Die, Rise and Buried are already in Black Ops 4. One thing I thought about is, if COD 2020 wasn't intended to have zombies originally and only became a thing in the past year, releasing Transit, Die, Rise and Buried on it could actually really help. If because of time restraints they only end up having one map on disc, releasing Transit, Die, Rise and Buried on that game straight away could give us a lot more content that they just didn't have time to work on. It's going to be interesting to see if they add new Easter eggs. On the original Zombies Chronicles maps, we had the Dr. Monty radios, which weren't there originally. Some things were slightly different as well. So on Transit, for example, could we be seeing bus route be open? Maybe, you know, that's a mystery. On Die, Rise and Buried, could we have new areas, new Easter eggs and ciphers? In Classified, there was a radio from Stuhlinger that seemed to hint towards these Victus map remakes.
Is this thing on? Richtofen! Hey, Richtofen! You've been gone from my head a really long time. I gotta be honest, I'm freaking out a bit, man. It's so quiet. I can actually hear myself think. Do you know what that's like? It's not nice at all. So, listen, buddy, old pal, we gotta talk. You sent us here, of all places, but you forgot to tell us what to do. It's dark, it's damp, it's just really filthy. I think the roaches are crawling with roaches. How is that even possible? Wait, shoot. Am I even talking to the right Richtofen? Oh, you could be the other one, right? Or the other one. You know what? Just go talk to your Richtofen pals at the hoity-toity Ricky Gang Clubhouse and find out what the we're supposed to be doing.
As you just heard, it is Samuel calling up Richtofen and telling him that he's lost. He doesn't know what to do. He's in a place that is dark, damp and cold, and even though Richtofen sent him here, he's unsure on what to do next. And we never saw, past this point in Classified, what this Easter egg means. It was never explained. It doesn't correlate to anything we saw in the BO4 story. The only thing we can link it to is possibly the Dark Ether, where at the end, after Tag der Toten, the Victus crew, just like everything else, is sent to the Dark Ether. That location that Samuel is describing, dark and cold, could be him explaining the Dark Ether. The way he also says Richtofen sent him here, but he doesn't know what to do, links up to Tag der Toten because in that ending, just before the transit crew are sent to the Dark Ether, it is Ultimus Richtofen who speaks to him. So Samuel could believe that he sent him here, but gave him no objective. So could that radio in Classified be hinting towards the Transit crew in the Dark Ether, and more importantly, could it link to the remakes of Transit, Die Rise and Buried, because maybe these maps take place in the Dark Ether as well. We know all of our Zombies locations were sent there, so what if in Zombies Chronicles 2, these 3 maps happen in the Dark Ether? That could be interesting. Apart from this, we don't know too much about COD 2020 Zombies. We don't know if Treyarch are intending on carrying on the Ether story, if they intend to carry on the Chaos story, or are starting afresh. If they are starting a brand new story, then introducing the Victus maps, I'm not too sure how that would work. Ether is totally finished as far as I'm aware. They're not going to be continuing on with it, so adding in these Victus remakes to a game that's starting a new Zombies storyline might confuse a few people. And finally, there are a few rumours about this year's COD. Apparently it's going to cater to older and new players. The maps are going to be larger than what we've seen before. I don't know how big, maybe on the Transit scale or a little bit smaller. It's going to have new ways of playing, but the old Pack-a-Punch and the old perks are going to be returning. So I'm assuming the same style of perks that we're used to, not the new system that we got in BO4, and the old Pack-a-Punch system is coming back as well. I don't know if that means the Group 935 style, so the original styles of Juggernog, Speed Cola, Double Tap that we're used to seeing. I don't know if that would make sense if we have a new storyline, but how they work, having a perk machine specified to one ability instead of being able to customize our own like we had in BO4, the rumours are that it will return to how it previously was. So there we go. And also remember that a few of the developers, Jason Blundell being the main one, and Lee Ross, who worked on Treyarch Zombies as well, but Jason Blundell, the main one who was the head of Zombies, has left Treyarch, so that does mean a different brain behind the story. That could be a perfect opportunity for them to make a new story. Clearly Zombies is going to be different that Jason's gone, but that could be in a good or a bad way. We know he only started working on it post Black Ops 2, so pretty much World at War, BO1, and halfway through BO2, that was Jimmy Zelensky, and then after that, that was Jason Blundell. Let me know in the comment section below which era you preferred. We also have plenty of old developers along with new ones at Treyarch as well. Another one of them who was the lead writer being Craig Houston is still here. But yeah, there we go. So to summarise, Transit, Die Rise and Buried are Zombies maps that have been done for an awfully long time. It doesn't look like they're going to release in BO4, which probably means they're coming to Call of Duty 2020, along with either a new storyline that we're getting in that game or an old one, whether it be Ether or Chaos. So there we go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, hopefully you have enjoyed. Like I said, we should have the trailer any day now, so stay tuned on the channel. I'll have plenty of videos. Thanks for watching. Drop a like rating, make sure you are subscribed, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.